everybody, it's Zoe and welcome back to my booktube channel. This week I have a super huge book haul for you. I have 25 books to show you. And first off, I wanted to say I'm sorry for no video last week. I had a sinus infection and it was pretty gross, so I don't think you wanted to see that. But anyway, let's just jump right into it because I have a lot of books to show you today and I'm super excited and I've been wanting to get to these books for a really long time. So here we are, my book haul for March. The first book I have to show you is actually a graphic novel. I've really been getting into graphic novels. I used to be into them more when I was like in 6th and 7th grade because I wasn't like a big reader per se. But the first graphic novel I have is Rat Queens by Curtis J. Weeb and Rock Upchurch. And this is the first installment in the Rat Queens comic or graphic novel, and it's volume 1 and it's called Sass and Sorcery, and it's about these girls who are who are like different magical races. Like there's an elven girl, there's a dwarf girl, etc., and they are like a band of fighters and they fight evil things. So I really enjoyed this. I've already read it. I've already read all of the graphic novels I'm going to show you today. So there's that. The second graphic novel I have to show you is The Wicked and the Divine by, it's by like 4 different authors, but you can look at them at the top. And I absolutely love this book. It is about gods, like Greek goddesses. It's about like all types of goddesses from like different mythology who come back. They come back to Earth as humans and they become like pop stars or influential people of the world. And the art, I think, is absolutely beautiful. So this was definitely one of my favorites of this month. And the next 4 books I have to show you are all part of a series, and the series is Saga, and it's books 1 through 4. I had already read the first one before, but I wanted a copy of my own because I was planning on getting the other 3 for myself so I could continue with the series, and I just absolutely adore these books. They're about a man and a woman from different planets. He is from the moon of her planet and she is from obviously her planet, and they fall in love, and that's not a good thing, and then they have a baby and a bunch of people want to kill them. The next book I have to show you is The Dream Thieves by Maggie Stiefvater, which is the second book in the Raven Cycle series, Chronicles Cycle, second book in the Raven Cycle. And if you don't know what the first book is, it's The Raven Boys, and it's about a troop of boys who are at a boarding school type thing, and they meet this girl in blue who is the daughter of a clairvoyant or a psychic, and they're searching for magical things in the forest, and it's about like ley lines and finding a mysterious king who needs to be woken up, and it's just beautifully written, and I love Maggie Stiefvater a lot. So the next book I have to show you is Night Film by Marissa Pessl, and I got this book solely on Jesse the Reader's recommendation because, well, he didn't recommend it technically, he hasn't read it yet, but he thought it was cool because the book has an app to it, and you can use it for like the articles about the girl who been who is killed, and it's about it's a murder mystery and it's a thriller, and I'm just really excited to see what this is all about because it's a new concept to me and it's a newer concept to the world. So the next book I have is Life of Pi by Jan Martel, and if you don't know what this book is about, please save yourself and either watch the movie or read it because they're both amazing. This book is about a boy who is the son of a family who owns a zoo, and they're transporting their animals across the ocean to move somewhere, and the ship sinks and he is stranded on a boat with a tiger, a zebra, and another animal, an orangutan. I haven't read this yet, but I hope it's better than the movie, and I'm thinking I might read it for a class because I know next year it'll probably be a choice for a book, so I'll be able to mark my own book and do things. So the next book I have to show you is a classic, and this is my very first classic that I own, despite the public domain Kindle books that I have. But it is Dracula by Bram Stoker, and this, I've always been fascinated by the story of Dracula and just the love story and how everything works in the world of Dracula. And I did a ballet once that was based off Dracula, and so I'm super excited to read this because I've never read a classic before. Shocker. So this is exciting, and me and Dracula just look beautiful together. So the next book I have to show you is another graphic novel, and this tore me apart. I read it right when I got it, and it is Blankets by Craig Thompson, and it's a graphic novel about basically first love and heartbreak and all that stuff, and it was really beautiful. So I suggest this 500-page graphic novel for those of you who are more visual readers than others. The next two books I got are the second and third book in the Slammed trilogy, and I finished these both, and I just love this series so much. If you don't know what it's about, it's basically a love story. These are by Colleen Hoover, so obviously it's a love story, but I really can't go into detail or spoils. So the next books I got, 6 books, are all part of a series, and I got them from Book Outlet for cheap, and they are the Vampire Academy series, which I have not read yet. So I'm super excited to be diving into this world because I hear a lot of people love it so much, and if I love it too, I'll probably end up reading the Bloodline series too, which I've also heard is very appealing and very good. The next book I have to show you I got from Book Outlet because it was 99 cents, and it's a hardback, but I'm super excited because it's one of the most classic love stories of all time, and it is Juliet Immortal, but it is a twist on Romeo and Juliet, where Romeo murders Juliet and they both become immortal. And the next book I got is Venom by Fiona Paul, and all I know about this book is that it's set in like the late 1800s, early 1900s, and it's a love story with paranormal elements. But I've seen these books on the shelves at Barnes & Noble, and I've regretted not buying them every time I passed them, but then I found it for cheap on Book Outlet, so here it is. The next book I have, which I wish I would have waited to get the pretty cover of this and the hardback, because the hardback of this book it's gorgeous. So the next book I have is The Diviners by Luba Bray, and all I know about this one is that it's paranormal, and it's set in the 1920s, so I'm really excited about this. I've heard lots of people rave and rave about this book, so it has caught my attention. The next book I have to show you is Since You've Been Gone by Morgan Matson. I've been on a contemporary kick since probably 2 weeks ago, and I've just been loving it, and so I hope I get to read this one soon. But this is about a girl who has a very adventurous best friend, and her best friend goes away one summer, and she leaves a list for this girl to do before the summer's over. So basically she's telling the other girl, hey, get out of your comfort zone and do these things. So I'm really excited about this book, and it's in beautiful hardback, and it has the amazing dust jacket. So, and the inside of the dust jacket is just fab. So I'm excited because beautiful books. The next book I have to show you is Illusion by Claudia Gable and Cheryl Clam, and this book is about a world where the Earth's atmosphere doesn't have barely enough air to sustain human life, so they have to wear like these mask goggle things. And it's about also how there's like this virtual video game that you can go into and escape from all of this, and I believe she gets trapped or something that turns everything around. So I'm super excited for this book. And the last book I got this month also I will be going on a book buying ban, so it'll be the last book until summer. It is Reboot by Amy Tintera, and this book has just intrigued me by the little motto on the front, and it says, 5 years ago I died. 178 minutes later I woke up. It's a duology, so it'll be less commitment. I know that's a silly thing to say, but it'll be less commitment, and it just looks really interesting because I'm a science geek, and I'm like a technology geek too. So I'm super excited for this, and I'm super excited for all these books, obviously, because books are life. Books are life, and life is good because of books. So I hope you all like this video, and I can't wait to see you next week for my April TBR and my March read. And that's all for this week. I will see you guys later, and that's it. Bye-bye!